Good evening, good afternoon, and hello, my freedom-loving and free-thinking friends, and welcome to another Decrypting Crypto and Breakout Solutions live stream. My name is Wasim, and I'm coming with you guys with the latest news, Twitter highlights, market update, as well as adoption update. As you guys know, I'm an investor, I'm a mentor, and I'm a seeker of truth, and I bring to you guys the latest news that's happening in the cryptoverse that's not reported on the mainstream media. So without any further ado, let's get to some pretty big news today. MicroStrategy has added another massive bag of Bitcoin to their holding, bringing it to about $4.5 billion of Bitcoin that they have, over 158,000 Bitcoins in their holding, making them one of the largest institutional holders in Bitcoin. So let's get into that and see what's going on over there with MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor in his push to continue with Bitcoin adoption and Bitcoin awareness. So Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy has buys 5,445 more Bitcoin for a total of $147.3 million. So he's added another 5,445 Bitcoin, totaling over 158,000 Bitcoins. So this acquisition now was around $27,053 per Bitcoin, making the average. They have now 158,245 Bitcoins, averaging around $29,582. Michael Saylor has been an outspoken advocate for Bitcoin, touting that it's digital gold and emphasizing its role in strategic treasury reserve assets. MicroStrategy is now the most prominent institutional investor in Bitcoin. So in his journey, in the journey of Bitcoin, of the world of cryptocurrencies, he first ventured in 2020, and he made his first initial purchase, and he's continued to accumulate since then, and even using debt to finance some of his acquisition. All the while, he continues to assert that Bitcoin is underestimated compared to other crypto market opportunities. And in a video, he keeps on saying that people should sell the altcoins and buy Bitcoin. Tell me what you guys think about this, and what you guys think about Michael Saylor buying so many new Bitcoins and adding more and more to his Bitcoin holdings. Next up, we've got some not so good news out of South Korea, where one of the exchanges had a problem over the weekend and had to temporarily freeze withdrawals and deposits following a scam token airdrop. So what happened here was UpBit, which is the largest centralized cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea, temporarily suspended deposits and withdrawals after reportedly making a scam token for marking a scam token for legitimate ones from Aptos. So the freeze took place on Sunday when Aptos discovered an abnormal deposit attempt while monitoring flows of APT in and out of its wallet system. According to the statement, the company has since resumed account services but cautions users that there may be price differences when interacting with other exchanges after the suspension. Basically, this scam token came in and gave everyone an extra $250 of the APT token. What they're saying is if the code had in just 8 decimal points, it would become $25,000 per airdrop, and that would have caused a massive drop in the APT price. But they have resumed now. They stopped it and they've resumed trading as normal. Over to China, and what we're seeing is now the digital Yaun app adds prepaid MasterCard and Visa top-ups for the tourists. So basically what we're seeing now in China, when you go to China, you can register with your own international mobile phone and download the digital Yaun app, and then be able to top it up with using Visa and MasterCard. Now, you guys know my stance on digital currencies, CBDCs. You know that they are a tool for slavery and a tool for control. So avoid these as much as you can. But this is how they try and get people in. They try and get people in by making it sound like this is convenient. So stay away from them and try and use as much cash as possible, guys. Let's have a look at the market update. And we're starting to see a bit of sea of green over the past, hang on, oops, I'm on the wrong one. So over the past week, we're starting to see some tokens starting to come back up. FTT is up, Link is up, CRV, and I don't know what this Wemix one is. It must be some new token that's come out. However, we're still seeing a lot of retraction in the market. As we can see, Bitcoin is still struggling around the $26,000 mark. It hasn't broken out yet. It's been trading around that for a little while now. Although it is up 0.5% in the last 24 hours. In terms of our fear and greed, we're still in the fear section, guys. People are still afraid. There's a lot of uncertainty happening in the market. Higher inflation numbers have come out. We don't know what's going to happen moving forward. So people are still quite cautious. Let's go and look at what's happening over in Twitter. And Akram has actually come out and said that Coinbase now has the highest holding of Bitcoin, with over 1 million Bitcoin on chain at around $25 billion. This makes Coinbase the largest Bitcoin entity in the world, with almost 5% of the Bitcoin existence, about as much as Satoshi Nakamoto. So Satoshi's got about 1 million Bitcoin. However, these guys now also about to have 1 million Bitcoin and become one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. More in Twitter, and we've got here a report about in Lebanon. As you guys know, I've reported quite a few times around Lebanon and what's happening there. Someone said, how can I invest? If you want to learn how to invest, send me a PM. I know you're on LinkedIn. So whoever that is, I can't see your name, unfortunately. It just tells me a LinkedIn user. Just send me a direct message and we can have a chat about that. So back to this story, guys, back to this tweet. In Lebanon, the local currency has lost more than 95% of its value, and it's become worthless. Banks have shut down and ATMs are out of cash. Bitcoin is helping people survive. So people in Bitcoin are now buying in Bitcoin and using Tether to be able to buy their goods and services, because the banking system and the financial system in Lebanon has absolutely collapsed, which is something that we have been speaking about for quite a while and something that can potentially happen in just about any country. Last but not least, when it comes to Twitter, we have a tweet from Jeff Booth, and he's retweeted Joe Nakamoto, and he's saying that the Bitcoin adoption in Peru is actually stunning and even more incredible. The program's been going on for just 4 months, and more people are using Bitcoin over there in Peru. So he goes, it may not be a headline grabbing or viral as the latest fiasco with Bitcoin, but the adoption is what matters the most, and this allows me to mostly ignore all the other nonsense. Well done on Jack Nakamoto and Run with Bitcoin, where they are educating people and teaching people to adopt Bitcoin in Peru. Now, last but not least, in terms of the adoption highlights, this is such a feel-good story, guys. I actually really like this one. It's about a group of artists called Street Cyber, and they have about 100 street artists, musicians, and Bitcoin enthusiasts involved. And they're going around Europe, particularly in Spain, where they are graffitiing messages around Bitcoin. Some of the messages, and I really like some of these messages: Bitcoin is the answer, Bitcoin is private, Bitcoin is free, Bitcoin is the answer. Another one that they have, which is buy Bitcoin, defund the state, make war unaffordable, Bitcoin is the answer, print books, not money, and also using some characters like Ronald McDonald and Mario to highlight Bitcoin and really get people to understand what Bitcoin is. Now, some of the things that they say here: Bitcoin is a scarce resource, so governments would have to be careful about how they spend it. This would make governments more accountable to their citizens and will help ensure that education is a top priority. They also speak about, because Bitcoin is transparent and it's hard to get, Bitcoin governments would be demotivated to go to war because it costs them quite a lot of money. They can't just print money like they do with the fiat system to go to war. So Bitcoin is peace. Bitcoin is a peaceful way to protest against state and its policies and to opt out of the financial system and escape the tyranny of the state. Next, we've got crypto exchange Binance has reopened its services in Belgium. And this was something that happened over the last few months where they were shut down because the Belgian government said that they weren't complying with their laws because they allowed non-Belgium resident to open up account in Belgium, and therefore they halted that. However, they haven't gone through and told us what they've actually done, but what they have done is they've done something in the background to make it all compliant, and therefore now reopening in Belgium. Last but not least, a major collaboration between Binance and Japan's largest financial institution, Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group. So Binance and Mitsubishi Trust are now looking at working together to create the first stablecoin in Japan, as Japan has now recently released new regulation for stablecoins. So this will include the Japanese yen as well as the US dollar, as announced in its cooperation. This is good news for Binance because, as you guys may know and may have heard, they have been they've lost BUSD, and that's going to stop minting in 2024. So now they're going to be creating another stablecoin, which should be good news for Binance and allow their exchange to continue to thrive. That is it for me today, guys. Wishing you an amazing week. I won't be here on Friday. There will be a special stream by Stefan, who's the first time coming on to our stream this week, and he will do a special special stream for you guys moving forward, or just for this Friday and the next week or so, because I'm away for a week. So I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Until then, have a great weekend, have a great week, and as always say, stay crypto and peace out.